Hi, I'm Jen Lytle, owner and broker of Tierra Yucatan Real Estate. Today we're shooting another episode of Yucatan Living's Houses of Merida, and we're starting in the old park and square of La Ermita, where you would once upon a time long ago have stopped to say your prayers as you headed out on the road to Campeche. We're going to go and see a house that's been remodeled recently within the last 5 years. It's just a few blocks from the park. Today we're going to look at one of the oldest houses in this area of Ermita. You can see by the distance it sticks out into the street compared to the other properties that it was the original construction on this block and owned most of the land on either side. We have some of the history from the neighbor who was actually born in this house. And if you'd like to come along, we'll have a look at the interior. Here we're in the oldest original part of the house. Some features to notice are the very unique doorbell, which can be heard throughout the house. The house has been arranged with 2 bedrooms for guests here at the front, one on either side. Very comfortable, and the owners have put their own bedroom at the back of the house where you have peace and quiet and access to the garden. To notice here the beautiful old beams which are part of the original house, and the floor, which is a replacement pasta tile, not an original floor, as the floor in this house was totally destroyed. This beautiful Moorish-style patio was recreated by the current owners to bring freshness, air, light into the rest of the house. The beautiful stone pila is a feature that was brought from a local hacienda and is cut from local limestone. The sound of the water is always very cooling and refreshing here in Merida, where it's so hot. Behind me we have a laundry room and a guest bath, which serves the 2 front bedrooms. And on the other side of the courtyard there's access to the garage with parking for 2 cars. Let's go from here to the living areas. This room has wonderful acoustics. Several concerts have been held here and fundraisers. Firstly, we have plenty of space for lots of guests, and the sound is wonderful in this room. This is all new construction. The owners are their own designers and their own architects, and just subcontract local people to do the building for them. And it's designed to have a real hacienda feeling with the high ceilings, plenty of skylights. And on this side, a kitchen behind us, a study area, master bedroom and bath. And to my right, there's a sitting area and a beautiful dining area, and we'll talk about the furniture arrangement in just a minute. The floor here is handmade pasta tile and has a special design. This is actually the mold from which the tile was made. And it's interesting to see it being made as each color is individually poured into the design of the mold and then pressed with sand and left to dry to form this tile that you see here in this house and in many of the other old houses that we're going to visit. The house has a beautiful practical kitchen, not only practical but an art gallery as well, with old pieces of art, beautiful handmade Mexican pottery, tile from central Mexico, and surfaces of polished cement. Modern appliances and a beautiful old hand-carved piece from central Mexico that serves as the pantry for the house. The owners have built themselves a beautiful study where they can watch television, relax, use their computer, and listen to music, which is one of their great pleasures. Again, it serves as a beautiful art gallery. Notice the hat collection. There's some little funny individual features in the decoration that they've chosen for their house. The beautiful master bedroom has air on 3 sides for breeze and for light. Opens to the garden, opens to the terrace, and is another lovely gallery for the art collection that they've spent years putting together. This beautiful living and dining area has been designed very carefully with the placement of the furniture to give the owners a view of the kitchen when we're eating, and the guests are completely screened by the placement of the arches. The furnishings in here, we're told, once belonged to the governor of the state of Campeche, and a beautifully hand-carved wood, both the table, the chairs, and the sideboards. And there's, again, beautiful art everywhere, some of it by local artists and some brought with the owners when they moved from the United States 7 years ago. And here again in this room, we've got strategic placement of the furniture to create a lovely sitting area facing the garden. Guests can sit on this found piece that was upholstered here in Merida, a piece that was brought by the owner from Germany that's been in his family for a long time. And again, enjoy the peace of the outdoors and listen to the birds. We'll hear quite a few of them when we go out into the garden right now. This lovely sunroom takes full advantage of Merida's summery climate. You can enjoy it really year-round and day or night. The walls here have a rustic finish of stone that was taken from the backyard when the pool was being dug and when the landscaping was being put in. Workers saved the stone, chipped them down to a size they could use, and covered the walls here in this room and on the exterior of the house. The roof is very typical of Merida. It's a copy of the old French tile from the haciendas that was shipped from France over 100 years ago. Comfortable furnishings from central Mexico. These are equipales covered in deer, used to be deerskin, but I think this is cow. And from here we can enjoy the backyard, the birds, the fountain, the pool. Let me take you and show you what we have outside. One of the concerns of the owners when they were building the house was to preserve the trees that were here on the lot. And so the porch was stopped right where it is now to save this big Ramon tree, which originally would have been planted to serve as food for the goats and the animals that were kept back here behind the house. The tamarind is the other tree that was originally here. And almost everything else is less than 5 years old, although you wouldn't know it when you can see the amount of shade that we have now from the growth. The landscaping is very tropical. They're all plants that do very well in Merida's climate and need very little care, trimming back more than anything else. And here we have a beautiful fish pond and another fountain. Water features are so important here in the heat. One of the big attractions to the owners was the size of the lot here at this house, which allowed for plenty of landscaping. They love to play with the plants, and for this lovely swimming pool. There was originally a lot more landscaping. In fact, 12 trees were removed from this area because they shaded the pool too much. We didn't get any sun on the pool at all. And here, just the finishing touch for the garden is this lovely shady tiled pavilion or tejaban, again with the terracotta tile, lovely Moroccan style light fixture, and furnishings handmade here in Merida by the same company that made the chandeliers. I'm Jen Lytle, owner-broker of Tierra Yucatan Real Estate, and this has been another edition of Yucatan Living's Houses of Merida. We look forward to seeing you again very soon.